Hey, it's Ron again. We'll be taking a look at the Samsung Magician program. It works with your SSDs from Samsung, the Evo 840s, the 840 Pros, 850s. That's the line of series there. We're just going to load the program. As soon as it loads, that is. There we are, Samsung Magician 4. And as you can see, the rapid mode, that's the main thing that I use this for. Down here at the bottom you can see its limitation. Rapid mode accelerates only one SSD, even though you may have more than one 840 Pro, 840 Evo. We got 840 Evo M SATA, and then any of the 850 series. This is kind of just a overview, minimum requirements. Of course, I meet all of them, so I'm going to do a rapid mode enabled. You have to reboot the computer once you enable it, which that does actually increase speed quite a bit on files under 4 gigabytes, I think is what the limit is. Yeah, first off, like, they show the drive status, how many terabytes or gigabytes have been written, use space, free space, etc. 8 CI mode, make sure that's on, because that is a decent thing to have on. You don't want it in IDE mode. Make sure that you are connected to SATA 3, 6 gigabits per second. And then as far as the OS optimization, I've kind of done my own defiance there. We'll get to that in just a moment. As far as the testing, you can benchmark. As you can see, this is the one I ran yesterday. 643. It says up to 540, up to 520, but with rapid mode you can see the big difference there. Let's just run it again just to see what we've got. See, it's not the same every time. I'm going to run it one more time. And one more time. See, it's even slower, but it's still quite fast. The highest I've had this, I think, is 3600 maybe on the read, and by about 2700 on the write. It's not there either. And it'll also let you, test your other drives. It's like my WD 4TB green. It's only getting 157 and 213. Quite a bit difference in the SSD. The performance optimization, I don't really run that. You can see the last time I ran that. But the OS optimization, that's one of the key. It basically goes through each mode here. Hibernation, I don't have hibernation turned on because that takes up almost 30 gigabytes of hard drive space because I have 32 gigs of RAM. We get the virtual memory. Definitely, like it says here, it does want you to keep it on, but only from 200 meg to 2 gigabytes, which is 2048 megabytes. And basically, like I said, you just click that and it'll take you right to where you need to change it. You just click the shortcut button, and you just click custom, set it, click set, and then click OK. And now we've got enables fast switching results. I don't have that on, obviously, because it says activate. The write cache buffer must be enabled for better SSD performance. It's on, obviously. So is the write cache buffer flushing. Helps against data lost and a sudden power failure. And we've got the power options. Set it to maximum performance is what I usually do. And again, you can click the shortcut and it'll take you right to where you need to go. And then system restore. Go to the shortcut and scroll down. And like I said, what I would do on that, go ahead and click your C drive, which is going to be your solid state configure. And like mine is on 4%, which is 10 gigs because we had a 240 gig or 250 gig solid state. I've got the Evo 850 in mine actually right now. Alright, that's pretty much it on that end of it. And over provisioning, I don't really use that because I want all of my disk space for use. And that's pretty much it with that. There is one other issue I've been noticing with the Samsung Magician. Whenever it's loaded here, see how this is normally checked by default, run it startup. Every so often, it may be once every couple days or once a week, it'll pop up and say, are you sure you want to close the Magician? Which, I mean, there's no really reason to have it open. The only thing that you need the Magician for initially is to turn on rapid mode, and then after that, rapid mode creates its own service in Windows. Let's see now. I'm gonna pause it. Alright, a couple things real quick for just a general knowledge, solid state wise. A couple things you want to go in, go to right click your recycle bin, go to properties. Sorry about that. Go to properties and find your solid state, and then kind of limit to as low as you want to go. I mean, the more of this, the more hard drive space it takes up in the long run. And then also you want to go to disk defragmenter, and just you're gonna defaultly see run on a schedule, and then you just want to uncheck this box here, make sure that's unchecked, and that way you don't run a defrag on this. Obviously I need to run a defrag eventually on my other drives. Let's see, you've got, let's see now. Alright, and then also the page file that we just discussed about. The settings there. You do want to, like I said, change your C drive to that, because if you do system manage, it's going to go, like you can see right here, recommended is almost 50 gigabytes, which that'll be 50 gigabytes of the actual storage on your drive. So I mean, 250 gig solid state, you're already using almost 50 of it. That's kind of a waste. Like I said, the hibernation file, I've got mine turned off, but yeah, if you go to, I think it's power CFG space -F off. That's pretty much the command you do to turn off hibernation, which, like I said, that'll save you, depending on your RAM size, quite a bit. It goes pretty much, if you have 8 gigs of RAM, you'll have right around 8 gigs of hibernation on your PC drive on your solid state. Like on my case, I had 32 gig. So you can see 32 gig. So mine was 28.9 gigabytes of actual space taken up. So yeah, that's quite a bit of space on a solid state to be taken up. I mean, I do have other storage drives, as you can see. You know, 4 terabytes, and then 2 2s, and then the solid state, which I'm going to open up some CDMark real quick. Alright, use the DiskMark 4 version. You can do this on any of your drives actually. I'm just going to do it on the C drive, 1 gig. Let's do 4 passes. Like I said, these results really vary with rapid mode, but they're quite a bit faster than stock. Like I said, because stock's 540, 520 meg. This is going well over 1,000. Yeah. So we've got almost 2100 on the read. There we go. 2144 on the write. So that's quite a bit faster than we seen the Magician. It was only 11 to 1400. And the cool thing about CrystalDisk, the 4K, see if I hover over it, it shows the IOPS. Like this one is 63,000 IOPS on the read, and yeah, still about 63,000. We've got 0 as of right now, but as soon as it starts, we're at 46,000, 48, almost 49,000. There we go. Just want to show you a couple pick-wise that I did. This is on the same drive. See, it's over 3,000. This is on the CrystalDisk 3. So this is an older version, but still, it's relevant. And this is just a, as you can see, we've got 1 gig with rapid mode. It's around that range. We've got, I changed this to 32 gig, did 3 passes. You can see speed drop down because, like I said, rapid mode doesn't do anything over 4 gigabytes of actual space. So I mean, I was still getting quite a bit on the write, 727, which is over the standard. But then I use my RAM. I've got the Michigan Blackline 32 gig, 1866. You can say that's the speeds on it. As you can see, this sequential 4300 meg. And that's using the AMD Radeon RAM disk. I've got it a 4 gig partition. And as you can see, that 4 gig right there, running 1 gig. Anyways, got that there. Alright, this looks like it's done. We've got a nice, so we've got 65,000 IOPS on the 4K, 50,000 there, right at 50 again. And like I said, you can see the sequential. It's not a. Just run the 1 again, just to see if it changed at all. And I'll go ahead and provide the download link for CrystalDiskMark. If you don't already have it, you can download it through the link. Right there. I do wish that it was just a consistent speed. It would be nice, but hey. I mean, I'm not really complaining. I rarely see transfer windows. If I'm copying large files over. Don't even on my standard mechanical drives, the 4 terabytes that I have. There, right. So yeah, I guess comment, like, subscribe. Be nice in the comments though, guys. Alright, it's been fun. Y'all have a nice day.